Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here talking about goal setting with you. It is a new year, a fresh start, and though some may see it as an arbitrary day, I love the idea of pausing and having a fresh start. Today, our goal setting is going to be a lot of baby steps, a lot of taking the big picture and working backwards and finding little tangible ways to be 1% better every day. I used to say, oh, I'm going to do this and dive in, and then I would fall off. It's like an all or nothing mentality. And I think that is so toxic. You don't have to be all or nothing. You can take baby steps, and there are so many quotes I would love to just share with you. One of those being, baby steps are still steps forward. I printed out just a few things that I know will help me focus more on what my goals are, what my hopes are, and the baby steps to take to get there. So my categories are spiritual, personal, work, friendships, giving, home, health, marriage, finances, and motherhood. So my goal with this is to find the few things I really want to focus on and then set up some systems so that I can maintain the things on the back burners and still feel like maybe next year when I'm checking in that everything has slightly improved, or I've not lost focus on some things because I totally forgot that I should have been focusing on them. I just filled out the scale. I just kind of put a tick of where I feel like I'm at. And I think when it comes down to it, I'm going to focus on personal, health, and marriage this year. Okay, so what I'd like to do is set up some things that are going to just make tiny little steps, and then some things that are obviously going to require more focus will have bigger steps. My next page is a prompt, and it is, who do you want to be? Who do I want to be? What does this Nicole look like? This version of myself that I feel is the best version, or the most lively and vibrant and whole present person. When I can envision okay, this is who I want to be. This is who I believe myself to be to my core. Why am I not acting like her yet? I think that will help me reframe the steps. So I'm going to do that prompt now. I filled it out. It's a lot. And I don't have a rhyme or rhythm to it, but it's all the things that I hope for myself to realize over the term of my life, I guess. I feel like I could easily focus on all the negative aspects of myself, and I don't want to do that anymore. The me I want to be is present and loving and kind and a place people want to come to. That is my goal, not just for the next year, but through life. I feel like for the first time I'm going into it with curiosity and not perfectionism. So my next page is hopes for each category. This is where I'm going to just go in and say my generic goals. So I'm just going to fill this out really quickly and go to the next thing. Okay, so I'm going to just share the general goals for each section. This is, I guess, I don't know if I showed this already, so this is my sheet. So hopes, what do you want? For spiritual, I'd like to learn the Bible better. For personal, I'd like to read more. For work, I want to be able to let the business kind of run in the background. For friendships, I want to deepen friendships. Giving, I would like to figure out a way to volunteer seasonally at my church. For home, I would like to set up a book of systems for me to say okay, these are the things I do, here's how I do it, and then actually follow the systems, because I've set up some systems that I stick to and some that I don't. So the ones that I don't, I would like to, over the next year, tweak and figure out a way to do them well. For health, I would like to find joyful movement, things that I like to do. I would like to eat home more and develop my cooking skill, because I don't have a good cooking skill and I would like to do that better. For marriage, I would like to go from back burner to front burner with that one, and we used to have date nights, and since we've had Graham, it's been a little inconsistent, so I would like to focus on date nights again. Then for finances, our goal is to have 3 to 6 months of savings built up. And then for motherhood, I would like to find things out of the house to do. I'm thinking of just tracking how many hours we do spend outside, trying to be more conscious of being outside and getting the fresh air. Those are my overall goals. And the next thing I am going to work on is my why of why I want to do each of these things. So I'm going to work on that now. Now I'm going to, how will you make these happen? So I've heard something called SMART goals. Graham came in and took my notebook. Hang on. I'd like to say that I thought of this, but I realized that what I was doing was this, and this was already thought of, so I didn't invent this. It's called SMART. So you have to be specific, it has to be measurable, attainable, relevant, and it has to be timely. We're working on baby steps here. So for my personal goal, I want to read more. Now that is just a generic goal, and in the past I would say, I'm going to read more, and then I would like try to read more, but there was no structure around it, and I've realized that I need to put structure around it in order for me to actually do the thing I want to do. I need to partner it with something that I know I do already so that it's easy to stick to. So I know every night I go to bed, so I'm gonna read before bed. What is something that is tangible that I can actually do? If I read 10 pages before I go to bed, that's great. I'm going to get ready for bed, and then I'm gonna wedge it in between getting ready for bed and going to sleep. It'll be easy for me at the end of the year to say, did I read more? Did I not read more? Because if I didn't stick to reading 10 pages a night, I know that I won't have read more. The next sheet is the timeline. Do I have any deadlines? Honestly, I don't have deadlines for any of these things other than finances. That is a 1-year timeline. We want to be easy about this. We don't want to be extreme. There's a sense of urgency in the fact that we don't want to never reach that goal, but there's a sense of like easiness in that it doesn't have to be done in a year. Like that would be great, but if it doesn't, we have time. Okay, so my last thing is to write a letter to January 1st, 2025, Nicole. Okay, so I just did my letter to myself, trying to be encouraging. Last thing I just want to share is some quotes that I know I need to focus on this year. So one is focus on the step, not the staircase. It's not about perfectionism. Baby steps, one step at a time, 1% better over the course of a year is 365% better. What if I fall? Oh my darling, but what if you fly? I just love it. So I'm going to try new things. I'm going to keep trying, and if I miss a day, it's okay. And then the other thing is just a reminder myself is like, think of who I want to be and who that person is, and how can I show up as her until I fully feel like her. And just showing up as my best self all the time. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for going over goals with me and for listening to my child. Mommy. Yes, honey. Thank you. Hi, baby. Someone came in. I'm going to, maybe I should double check that. What did you, no. I do want to read more, and I do want the tangible goal to do that. So, Yessie. Okay.